Hello, hello. This is one of my favorite videos to make each quarter because we get to go through my trash and talk about all of the things in my beauty, personal care, spiritual happiness realm that I have used through the entirety of the first quarter of 2025. So one of the things that you're gonna notice at the beginning of this video is that the footage looks a little bit different because some of the things that I finished in quarter one were things I finished while I traveled. So excuse the differences in footage and audio and lighting and all of those things, but there are a couple of empties here that I emptied on the go. So obviously I'm not gonna put them in my suitcase because they're trash and bring them home just so that I can record this video. I just do a little bit of recording. I explain what it is, talk about the empty, etc. And then, throw it away because obviously. So just know that it happens from time to time in my videos. It usually happens because I do travel a fair bit, which I'm very, very lucky to be able to do. So frequently finishing things on the go. So not everything is on the bin, but everything will be on the video. So let's just get started with the empties for quarter one. So January, February, and March of 2025. We're starting the year strong. Let's start. For starters, we have here two fragrances. We have Fleur Missing Person and Fleur Not Your Baby. The Missing Person one is a deluxe sample and Not Your Baby is the travel size. Top notes on Missing Person are musk, bergamot, and jasmine. Jasmine is one of my favorite. Metal notes are neroli, cyclamen, and orange blossom. I love neroli as well. And the base notes are white musk, Australian sandalwood, and white wood. I feel like Missing Person is one of those perfumes that kind of started a little bit of the craze of skin scents in the last couple of years. And I expected not to like it, but I actually love it. I got this deluxe sample in one of the Sephora favorite cologne sampler kits. And again, I love it. I repurchased it during the sale and I repurchased the travel size. If you like skin scents, if you like unisex scents, if you like more woodsy, musky scents, I think that Missing Person is a great one. I love wearing it at home to go to sleep when I know that I'm going to be cuddling with my husband, or when I simply just want a very easygoing, all-weather kind of fragrance, which is why I repurchased it. But I repurchased the travel size, although not going to lie, I'm tempted to buy the full size. Now, I would say that Not Your Baby is kind of a bit opposite of Missing Person because it's very much kind of like a classic floral gourmand. Top notes on Not Your Baby are cardamom and bergamot. Middle notes are mimosa and violet. And the base notes are vanilla, tonka bean, and sandalwood. A very, very easygoing, girly floral. It reminds me of Miss Dior. So if you like Miss Dior, I think that you would like Not Your Baby. I loved wearing it in the spring and summer, but even in the milder winters that we have in the desert, it was a really nice floral to wear. I can't remember if I repurchased it in the Sephora sale. I'm not sure that I did just because I want to try something different, but I think that it is a lovely floral. If you want to try a floral from Fleur, I think that this is a great option. But yeah, a very easygoing fragrance, especially if you like florals. The gourmand notes on it are not too assaulting, so a really, really easy one to wear. Apologies for the still footage here, but apparently I deleted the B-roll that I had of those two empties, which I recorded when I was traveling. So I guess I lost the footage of that. Thank goodness I had a picture left. All right, we're gonna start with kind of an unusual thing because this is a kind of product that I don't use very often, but they're kind of like just two pad empties, I guess you could say. One are the Jouer Luminize Dark Circle Correcting and Smoothing Eye Patches. I have like one of these left, I think. I did discard the box because I only have one of these packets left. I got this in my Beautylish Lucky Bag of 2024. And I spoke at the time about the fact that I was kind of disappointed to get it because it's not a product that I would pay for because it's like the eye pads and patches. I'd rather just invest in a good eye cream and do proper skin prep. It's just not something that I think that, you should pay that much for. If you're able to get them for yourself, awesome. But it's not something that I'm gonna go out of my way to buy. I have those and I've been using them from time to time when I feel like my under eyes are especially dry or if my dark circles are, on their stronger days. But it's not really a product that I think is, that revolutionary or that life-changing. So it's not something that I would buy for myself, but I do use them. I use one during this quarter, and I think I have one left. So you'll probably see that empty in quarter 2. And then I have one pouch of these Botanic Pretty 5 Even Tone Brightening Serum Mask, which I think I actually have 2 of these. I think I used 2 of these, and I threw away the other packet of these. These came in my latest Beautylish Lucky Bag, and it's a sheet mask. It's a hydrating sheet mask. I'm not going to talk smack about a hydrating mask because I have very dry skin and I can always use the extra hydration, and these really do provide a nice boost of hydration. Sheet masks are just not something that I buy very often. Again, I just find them a little bit wasteful. I know that some of them are hard to recycle and all of that. And of course, I struggle with single-use products as it is, but you know, I got them in the Lucky Bag, so of course I'm going to use them. It's just not something that I would personally buy all the time, or that I would go out of my way to buy, because I'd rather just invest in a good hydrating mask that I can apply like from a tub or a jar or a tube or whatever it is. But you know, I have them, so of course I'm gonna use them. It's not like I'm just gonna throw them away without use, but they do provide really nice hydration. I had never seen that brand before. It's available at Beautylish, and they're actually pretty expensive, but you know, if that's your thing, go check it out. But otherwise, I wouldn't go out of my way to buy a sheet mask. Like usual, I'm going to link products that are available in the description box if you are interested in checking anything out. Some of the links that I include in my description box are affiliate links, so if you use them for a purchase, I may earn a small commission. Make sure that you check what you have before you buy, wait for sales, don't go into debt for makeup, don't do it, it's not worth it. And just use what you have first. It's always been the priority of my channel. I am very grateful that I can buy makeup and beauty products and all of those things, but of course I am very, very well aware that not everybody can. And I know that when you are online talking about beauty products, it can make people feel pressured to buy. That's never, ever, ever my intention, but I do hope that the videos are entertaining or at least relaxing or helpful or whatever it is. If they are, please give them a thumbs up and subscribe so that you can keep seeing my trash over time, because it actually is really revealing to look at your trash over time. It's kind of surprising sometimes, and other times it's also a really good reminder of how long it takes to use some products. So it's also the reason behind my Empties videos and why I do them quarterly. Is also because I think it's a really good way to see how much you're using, how much of a certain thing you're spending on, and how long it takes to use certain products. Reflection over, let's keep going. Let's go with the candles. You always know that there's candles here because my husband and I love candles, and we are always burning at least a few at a time. I have 5 candles. 5? Nope. I have 6. I told you, we're intense about our candles in this house. Sorry, I'm just checking that there's not another one. Is there? No. Okay, we're good with the candles, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5 of them from Bath & Body Works, 1 from Jo Malone. Here are the Bath & Body Works ones. First, we have the Perfect Christmas, which has notes of fresh cut pine, cinnamon sugar, and toasted marshmallow. I would say that the strongest notes here are the pine and the cinnamon. A really, really nice one. And we actually just repurchased it because Bath & Body Works is like getting rid of their holiday inventory. So we found them at a reduced price. We also have another 3-wick, the Cinnamon Spice Vanilla. I got this for my Secret Santa this year. Yup. Notes are fresh ground cinnamon, sugar crystals, and Tahitian vanilla bean. It reminds me of like the OG vanilla bean sugar scent from Bath & Body Works. Very similar to that, but just with a hint of cinnamon. So it smells like a hot chocolate. That's the way that I feel like it smells. It smells a little bit like a hot chocolate. Then another 3-wick one. This is Ice Winter Balsam. Oh, love it. This has notes of frozen eucalyptus. You definitely get that, sugared pine, and fresh balsam. So it's just a little bit of a twist on the fresh balsam candle, which is a little bit different. And you probably saw fresh balsam in the quarter 4 empties, and there will be more fresh balsam because it's my husband's all-time favorite candle, and we try to keep it in the house as much as we can. But I did like the Ice Winter Balsam version because it gives a little bit of eucalyptus in it, and that's kind of a bit of a twist. Then we also have from Bath & Body Works this pink lavender and espresso candle, which, believe it or not, it works. we were both very wary of pink lavender and espresso together. How is that gonna work? It works beautifully. You would not believe it. I wanna buy this candle again. The notes on this one are rich pink lavender, caramel espresso beans, and smooth vanilla. And like all of those come through. Lavender, of course, is like the first thing that you're gonna get. It's not as strong as like the purple lavender that you typically get on like sleep sprays and that kind of thing. Pink lavender is a little bit softer, just a little bit softer with like a hint of a rosy smell, but not too much. You do get the coffee beans, but not in a intense bitter way. And then the vanilla at the end is kind of like what ties everything together and makes it really aromatic and enjoyable in the house to like have it, have it on. That candle has a great throw. Like if you burn it for a bit, blow it off, and then you like leave your apartment, when you come back, your apartment is gonna smell amazing. It has great throw. Oh, we have one more 3-wick candle, also from Bath & Body Works. This is the Tree Farm candle. The notes on this one are crisp pine needle, warm cedar, and spiced apple. You do get a little hint of an apple. So if you find other Bath & Body Works candles with apple, if you find them too strong, maybe this one, like a combination of something like this, like cedar and apple and like pine, that's gonna be a little bit more subtle. You're gonna get the apple, but you're also gonna get a little bit of something else. So we've enjoyed Tree Farm quite a bit, and this is our second year buying it. And then last but not least, we have a small Jo Malone candle, which is the Peony and Blush Suede. I got this from my husband for Christmas. And again, Jo Malone scents are just so delicate, but so strong without being cloying and overwhelming that, I mean, just having a Jo Malone candle is a treat on itself. So those are the 6 candles that we used up in Q1. I told you, there's always gonna be candles here because we love candles. My husband and I love candles. I think that's very evident now, isn't it? Is there a candle that you think that I should try? Preferably from places like Bath & Body Works or Jo Malone or Diptyque or where else? Any other places that you recommend? Where can I get candles, like good candles? We like floral scents, we like woodsy scents, spicy scents. Like we're usually down for most scents and candles, just nothing too cloying. But if you have a favorite one that you've never seen me put in my empties bin, please suggest them in the comments. I would love to hear your candle suggestions. Let's keep going. Let's go with some body care. So we have 2 body washes. One is from Fa, which is a drugstore brand. I'm not sure that this is available around the world, but I've seen it in Latin America and in the Middle East. This is the aloe vera yogurt body wash. Nothing too crazy. It doesn't like dehydrate the skin too much, and it's fairly gentle, so I appreciate that about it. I'm actually finishing my husband's right now, so I'm still using another one of these, and you'll probably see it in the Q2 empties. Nothing to write home about, like you don't have to run to buy this product, but it does the job if you want something affordable that gives you a lot of product. And then I have the St. Ives exfoliating body wash with apricot, which is like kind of based on the apricot scrub that we all used in the 90s and in the 2000s. I didn't particularly love this. I prefer the ones that they have that are like more milky base and creamier, that give a little bit more hydration to the skin. But if you want to try something that has super gentle exfoliation, maybe this one. I would probably not repurchase that one. I prefer my scrubs more scrubby and my body washes creamier. So I don't like the two things together. And I learned that with that one. Then we also have Dahlia and by Bath & Body Works body lotion. I got this like as a Christmas gift from a student. It's like a whipped texture. So if you don't like body lotions that are too thick and you like body lotions that are a little bit lighter in nature, this is a good one, but it does hydrate really, really, really well. I also have this Beauty Bee body butter from, is it Dutchman's Gold? Yes, Dutchman's Gold. This is the 250 milliliter. This is a thick body butter. If you have dry skin that kind of flakes or scales or anything like that, or live in a very, very dry place, I strongly recommend this one. You can buy it on Amazon. It's not too terribly expensive. I got this one from my mother-in-law, and I knew when I tried it and saw how hydrating it was that I was gonna plow through it, and sure enough. So I'm probably gonna buy this again at some point. Right now I'm using up all the body lotion that I have, but I'm not opposed to definitely having this like in stock for the winter because my skin does get super duper dry, but I really, really like this one. It's a very thick body butter, and if you're sensitive to fragrances, this one's also great because it has no fragrance whatsoever. We have my mandatory hotel body lotions. These three are White Barn from the Westin, and this is the Vitamin B5 Body Moisturizer from Malin Getz, which is stocked at the Le Méridien hotels. We are a Marriott family, so we stay at Marriott hotels when we travel most of the time, and I do like these lotions because they're very lightweight. So if you want to put something on that gives you hydration, that is not gonna stick to your skin for too long. We all know what it's like to put on pants with sticky skin. It's not fun. But those particular ones I always like to kind of keep in hand for that reason. One hair care product. I have a tub of this L'Oreal Elvive Total Repair 5 Power Restore hair mask. Yeah, this is like a hair mask that you can also leave in. It's a pretty big jar, and I'm actually using the next one because I bought two right now. Smells really good. Untangles hair like nothing else and leaves the hair super soft. This was a recommendation from Eve, la fashionista realista, who has a very similar curl to mine and also lives in a very hot climate. So she understands that curly hair is very high maintenance and needs loads and loads of hydration. So I'm really happy that I follow her recommendation. I bought two. That should tell you how much I trust her recommendations and also how good this product is. Usually what happens is that if I use it to leave it in, I will rinse like 40% of it. And then as I refresh my curls with water, I kind of release some of it so that it's not crunchy. And then if I'm using it as a mask, then I'll just leave it for a little longer than I would my conditioner. I'll detangle my hair and then do other things in the shower while I let this, really do their thing in my hair. But it is a really great product. I'll put an Amazon link to find it because that's where I've been able to find it. I'm not sure if it's available somewhere else. Then we have my Bumble and Bumble BB Curl Gel Pomade. I bought this last summer, and I would say it's probably my second favorite gel. Still cannot dethrone Briogeo. I have yet to find a gel that dethrones Briogeo. This didn't make it. However, I will say this is like a good hybrid if you want a gel that holds, but don't want a gel that leaves your hair crunchy. So if you are one of those people like me that doesn't like a super strong cast on your curls, I would say give this one a try. I played around with the amount of product that I use with it in combination with other things. My curls don't do super well with a ton of products, so I have to be careful. So I will usually not use this by sections. I'll just kind of use it in my whole hair and scrunch in my whole hair. Like I'll put it upside down and then scrunch it in all of my hair after I apply everything else in sections. But it is a really solid one. Generally speaking, I think that Bumble and Bumble does curly hair products really well, although I do think that overall Bumble and Bumble is pretty friendly to most hair types. But I would repurchase this one. Don't get me wrong, I would repurchase it. It's just still not better than Briogeo, in my opinion. Briogeo is still number one. I think that this one is now number two. That's kind of where we are in gels. Any other gels that I should try that are not too heavy and won't leave my hair too crunchy? Curly girls, tell me in the comments if there's a gel that you think I should try. Next, we have another Revitalift Day from L'Oreal. I personally think that this is probably one of the best moisturizers at the drugstore. It feels luxurious and it feels deeply hydrating. This is like the second tub of those that I've used this academic year, and it's just really good. It's not good for the price or good for the drugstore. No. It's good. If you want a really comprehensive moisturizer that will leave lasting hydration on the skin and will prep your skin really well for makeup in daytime, definitely check out the Revitalift line. I've used it before. I've used it for years. I've used the day cream, the night cream. I've used the serums. It is a really solid proposal for skincare at the drugstore. I think it is particularly good for sensitive skin. It doesn't have a lot of fragrance. I think that for skin that is maturing like mine, I am pushing 40, I think it is a really solid option. And for dry skin like mine, I think that the Revitalift line is a really solid one. So yeah, I would repurchase it. I'm not repurchasing it right now because I'm finishing another moisturizer, but if I don't know what to buy when it comes to skincare, then L'Oreal Revitalift is, for me, a really, really solid option at the drugstore. So like if I'm at a drugstore, I'll pick it up. I don't really even have to think about it. Then we also have the caffeine eye cream from the Inky List. Not the first time I've finished this. It's one of those eye creams that, again, I just kind of like to have it around, especially if I'm not sure what my eyes need at the moment. It is fairly hydrating, not the most hydrating eye cream that I've had, but I do think that it does the job, and it really does kind of depuff and smooth the under eyes and prepares really, really well for makeup. So it's one that, again, like if I have the room to like pick one up and just have it available, whether it's for myself or my husband, then I will, because I know that it's gonna be a really reliable eye cream. Haven't repurchased it because I have other eye creams that I'm using at the moment, but it's one of those products that I return to over and over and over and over again. I've been using that caffeine eye cream at least once a year since like 2018 or 2019, somewhere around there. So I've gone through my fair share of caffeine eye cream tubes, and I probably will go through more because it's a great product. Next, we have a bottle of the Sigmatic brush shampoo from Sigma. I had 2 of these, and this is my second one, so I finished it up. Not repurchasing it right now because I'm trying something else to wash my makeup brushes. I'm washing them with a Johnson's baby soap bar, and it's working wonders. So don't get me wrong, that Sigma shampoo is really, really good, but I'm really liking the way that my brushes are getting clean with that soap of baby soap, with a bar of baby soap. So I mean, sometimes things work in a funny way. I didn't really know what to buy when I finished that, so I was like, well, let's just try a baby product, something that is good for sensitive skin so that it doesn't damage my natural brushes or my synthetic brushes. So that's what I'm using right now, a bar of baby soap. And it works, okay? At least for me. I don't know, don't knock it till you try it. But I would repurchase that Sigma because it actually is a really, really good shampoo. I would say just wait for sale and buy a few so that you can keep them in stock. Next, I have the LYS Natural Finish Skin Loyalty Blur Mattify Set Makeup Setting Spray. The positive track with LYS Beauty continues. I have yet to find a dud in their product line. This setting spray is fantastic. It's really lightweight, but it does lock makeup into place without making your face feel cardboardy or cakey or weird, or without leaving weird films on top of your products. It's a very, very fine mist, and really you don't have to apply a whole lot of it. For some strange reason, the mist gets at its best when the bottle is like halfway, because it's like that very blurred mist. At first it's a little strong, and then at the bottom, of course, it's a little strong because you don't have a lot of product to go. But this could be a good one to buy with a discount on the Sephora sale. My point is, this is a really, really solid setting spray, definitely one that I would return to. I expect to see more of LYS in the future because they just finished like a really big round of funding. So the positive rapport that the brand is building with its customers through really solid products and really comprehensive shade ranges, I think is paying off. I think that this is probably going to become one of the stronger performing Black-owned brands at Sephora, and I'm delighted to see it because their products are so far fantastic. Everything has been a home run, and that's great to see, especially when you consider that LYS is probably one of the more reasonably priced brands at Sephora. However, the quality is very, very high. Then I also have emptied my Ritual de Fille Thorn Oil, which is amazing. Teresa says that is not wrong when she says that this is her life force. I understand why she says that. This is amazing. I used it not just as a makeup primer, but I also used it like when my skin would be super, 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 super dry. I would just use it as a face oil at night before going to bed. And it helped a lot in the winter, okay? I would love to see more skincare based on the Thorn Oil coming from Ritual de Fille. I don't know that this is necessarily the best size for it. I would love to see like what it costs to make this because it's not a cheap product, but I mean, it lasted me quite a bit because I bought it last summer and I finished it like in January, but it is, I don't know, it's a product that is actually more versatile than what I think that Ritual de Fille commercial advertises it for. I use it as skincare and I use it as makeup prep, and I do think that it works beautifully with all of them. I think that it also works great with a variety of makeup formulations. The only moment when I had problems using this was trying to apply a blush stick on top of it without it like absorbing into my skin. That's the only moment when I've ever had a problem with this as a makeup primer. So my best advice is give your skin enough time to absorb it and then go in with your makeup. But it is a beautiful primer. It's great. I'm not buying it right now because I'm moving through other primers that I have. It's definitely one that I would love to repurchase because it's great. We have two mini Charlotte Tilbury Beauty Light ones. We have Spotlight and we have Pinkgasm. I have minis of these that I bought either last year or the year before that I have moved into rotation. I also have full sizes of some of the Beauty Light ones. It is a great product. I love them. Pinkgasm I use sometimes as a highlighter and sometimes as a luminous blush. I think it works well both ways. Spotlight is just the perfect golden highlighter. It's my favorite highlighter of all time. I love it so much. I do think that Charlotte Tilbury minis do give a really good value for money, especially with liquid products where you're not sure how long they're gonna be good for and whether you're gonna like them because these are not cheap. But these are, in my opinion, good enough for me to repurchase even the minis. These usually come in like sets during the holidays, so maybe that's a moment to buy them. But also I feel confident enough in the formula and I like the formula enough that I've bought full sizes in other shades. I really, really like both of these. And I mean, these are empty and dry. Empty and dry, but you can see by the squeeze that I definitely got my use out of them. Then I also have another mini from Charlotte Tilbury, which is a mini of Pillow Talk Medium. So I got these in a set of 3 or 4, I don't remember. And I finished Pillow Talk Medium. And while there is product in there that I could probably dig out and depot and use somewhere else, I've already replaced this with the full size. I bought myself the full size Pillow Talk Medium last year for my birthday. So I'm not gonna fight this and try to like go to extreme finishing of a lipstick when I already have the full size. Pillow Talk Medium is my favorite pinky nude. It's my best pinky nude. It is like my pinky nude. I know that in the Pillow Talk range, not all products named Pillow Talk look exactly the same, so keep that in mind. And well, in my case, medium is the one that fits me best when it comes to like a pinky nude. I really also like Pillow Talk Intense, which I also have in this size, but I also know if you are looking for a pinky nude, the original Pillow Talk works for some people. If that one's still too orange for you, maybe try Pillow Talk Fair, because there is like a shade lighter than the original Pillow Talk. There's Pillow Talk Fair, Pillow Talk Original, and Pillow Talk Medium, and those are all pinky nudes. But I know that the original Pillow Talk pulls orange on some people including me. And then Pillow Talk Intense is a brown. I have Pillow Talk Intense, is beautiful. But the Charlotte Tilbury minis for lipsticks, I also think are a really, really great way to get familiar with the formula and enjoy it for a fairly long time. And it's easy to fit. It's relatively easy to finish a mini lipstick. You can be confident that you will finish it. And you know, if you really like it, then you can buy the full size later on, which is what I did with this one. Pillow Talk Medium is gonna be a shade that I just repurchased probably for the rest of my life, as long as Charlotte doesn't discontinue it. Okay, we have some mini mascaras. Yes, we have some mini mascaras. We have 2 mini Rare Beauty and mini Roller Lash. So the mini Rare Beauty I replaced with the full size of the Rare Beauty mascara because I bought these in one of those Sephora favorite kits that have like 5 mascara samples and then you can redeem a voucher for the full size. I chose the Rare Beauty one without knowing if it was gonna be good. I just went with like reviews. I was like, okay, a lot of people like this one, so let's try the Rare Beauty. And it is really, really good. You know, good enough that I decided to redeem it as my full size. I have it open. I'm probably gonna have it as a 1/4 empty. It is a really great mascara. They did a really great job with it. If anything, my only complaint about the Rare Beauty mascara is that it's kind of hard to take off. Believe it or not, that's my complaint. It's not a waterproof mascara and I find it hard to take off, maybe harder than some waterproof mascaras that I've used before. Roller Lash is a great mascara if you don't want something super intense, if you want like a more defined wispy lash, if you want to kind of take down a more clumpy mascara, for example, like the Rare Beauty, or if you want something that you can use in your lower lash line that is not too crazy. I think the roller lash is really good. The brush for this is, it's a very precise brush that will comb and just deposit just enough product to give you definition and length. Whereas, for example, the Rare Beauty, the wand will give you a lot of thickness and volume. So there's the wand for the Rare Beauty, and there's the one for the roller lash. So this is more comby. Yeah, this one's more comby, has like more pointy bristles in the brush, whereas the Rare Beauty is like a more traditional volumizing kind of one. Both really solid mascaras. I'm using the full size of the Rare Beauty right now. I insist that those Sephora Favorites kits for mascaras are really a great deal because you get to try a bunch of formulas and then you get to pick your favorite. And it ends up being usually that the price that you pay for that kit is the price of the full-size mascara. So not bad because you get to try a couple of formulas. And mascara is something that you have to rotate fairly often. So one of those kits actually with the 5 minis and then the full size, like that's a year's worth of mascara. We have a mini Espa Hydrating Spa Face Mist. I got this in an amenities kit on a plane, but it's a really like refreshing mist. So I just enjoyed using this to kind of refresh my face in warm days in the classroom. We have a mini perfume, Empty. This is the Carolina Herrera Good Girl. Very lovely floral, a very inoffensive fragrance. Not my favorite from Carolina Herrera, not gonna lie. The packaging is actually kind of annoying, especially because this doesn't have an atomizer or even a dropper or anything. So it's kind of messy to apply, but it's a really nice scent, especially if you like very feminine, very floral smells. Let's put the notes over here so that you can see. I got this in like a perfume sampler set, and I mean, I didn't pick it as my redeemable one. I picked Burberry Goddess and I don't regret that. I like this one, but I would, if I ever bought it again, I would definitely not buy something shaped like this. I would buy like a travel size that has an atomizer because otherwise it's just too messy to apply. We have 2 little samples of body conditioner from Lush. This is Rose Argan. So it's just like body lotion with argan oil. I liked it. It's a little thick and a little like sticky, but not bad. Oh, okay, one is an empty, the other one still has product in it. So, okay, let's remove that from there and actually use it up. So only one empty of this Argan body conditioner from Lush. I did like it. It's just not, it's something that I would wear like to go to bed. It's not the kind of moisturizer that you can wear like right before you're getting dressed because it's gonna take a while to absorb. We have a pack of Patchology Detoxifying Charcoal Nose Strip. Not something that I use very often, but from time to time, like the good old pores in the bridge of the nose get really clogged. So sometimes you just have to like tug them a little bit. These are, in my opinion, not that great. I think the Biore ones are much, much better. The glue on those ones kind of gets stuck here. It wasn't my favorite, but I got those in a subscription box and I was like, oh, let's just use it. And then the rest of the things that we have here are, well, almost all the things that we have here are declutters, except for this. Just a pack of Kiss Impress Color press-on nails. These are the shade Peevish Pink. Hard to see because the lights wash them off, but it's like that very delicate, like ballerina kind of pink. It's a color that I like to use often. It's a very similar color to like what I did for my nails on my wedding day. So I just like to wear it because it's very easy to combine with outfits. Like it's a very universal nail polish shade. So when I get press-ons, I usually try to get something like that. So these are now just way too clogged with glue that they cannot be used anymore. Okay, and now we actually have some declutters. So first off, I have to get rid of this Luxie flat definer brush. This is the 221 because it is super scratchy. It hurts my eyes to use it, so I can't do this. My eyes are already too sensitive. I can't add a brush that hurts my eyes to the mix, so go away. Then I also have this this Pat McGrath lipstick in Temptress. The packaging broke a while ago and I decided to depot it and try to use it, but this smells like old crayons. It smells awful and the formula feels really oily in a weird way. You can absolutely tell that was a product made for gift with purchase. So I was like, okay, we're done here because it's clearly expired, and I I just didn't enjoy the formula. The formula is going bad. Then I have a very old sample of Becca Ignite liquid highlighter in Passion. I own the highlighter in full size, so these samples are just too messy to use because I don't use that much of those highlighters as it is, so I'm getting rid of it. I'm also getting rid of these samples of the House Labs foundation, which I've tried twice. And the first time I liked it, and then the second time I didn't. So I was like, okay, I don't know that this is for me. It's the first time that I used it, it looked great. And then the second time that I used it, it looked really heavy. It's funny because the first time I actually used a shade that was too light for me and I was worried that it was gonna look bad. And then the second time I used a shade that was much closer to my skin tone and it looked terrible. So I was like, okay, maybe this is not for me. So I have strongly mixed feelings on the House Labs foundation based on those samples. So I'm just gonna get rid of the rest of the samples because strongly mixed feelings, samples are kind of messy. It's like, okay, maybe not for me. Oh, we actually have one last sneaky empty over here. Obviously not the original packaging, but this is where I depotted it, and it's where I had my Clinique Black Honey lipstick. It was a full size. I finished it up. It's a great lip balm. I do think that lip balm formulas have become more nourishing over the last couple of years, and I suspect that there are better products out there. I just need to find a similar shade and a more nourishing treatment. And on that quest, I ordered the Ulla Henriksen Powered Peptide, is that what it's called? Lip treatment, in like a brownish shade to try. And I'm hoping that that can kind of replace Black Honey as like a tinted lip balm that will give me nourishment, but also give me color. As my Clinique Black Honey was coming to the end of its life, I felt like it kind of lost the emollient quality of it. It lost like the hydration quality of it. So it was just color and no nourishment. So I don't know if it was just that the formula deteriorated outside of the tube or what happened. I did finish it, but I did notice that with the formula and I thought it was interesting. So I'm curious to try other tinted lip balms that will give maybe a little bit more nourishment, but also give you a little bit of color. And that's it. Those are the empties for the first quarter of 2025. What was your more surprising item to find here? Is there anything that caught your eye? How are you doing using up your products? Are you having things that are getting forgotten in the back of your drawers, in the back of your cupboard, in the back of your shower? Or are you feeling pretty good about how you are moving along with your products? I definitely feel like I'm using my stuff. I definitely feel like I'm finishing stuff. And the fact that I'm buying fewer things does help with moving through stuff. I did break the low buy in March. I did place an order on the Viseart website and I ordered 2 eyeshadow palettes, 1 setting powder, and a lip oil. It was a 30% site-wide discount, which is probably what I would recommend that you wait for if you're gonna try Viseart. The 2 palettes are Serenus Attendu and Cashmere Attendu, which are just like 2 cooler neutral palettes that I think that are going to be really travel friendly. It's just something that I want to add to the repertoire when it comes to travel palettes, because the palettes that I take for travel sometimes don't have all the variety that I would like or are not as neutral. So I wanted to have a little bit more variety in that regard. But you know, January was a no buy month, February was a no buy month, March I made a purchase. I hope that you're doing well wherever you are. I know that the world is like melting and going crazy right now. So I hope that whatever's going on and wherever you are feeling loved and supported, and you are taking care of yourself so that you can take care of others. I hope that whatever's coming your way, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. I hope that my channel can serve at least as a little distraction, as a creative outlet if you are into makeup or if you are into beauty products. But I do hope that things are at least looking up. Things are kind of looking up for me. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up so that YouTube can show it to other people that like to look at other people's trash. And if you want to see more of the fun that we have over here with makeup and beauty products and just the general insanity of my life, I hope that you subscribe. I have to see you on the next one, and I hope that you have a wonderful day wherever you are. Bye.